good morning. It's Haley Bartlett with your North Denver My Tuesday Cuppa. And this is our second edition. Excuse the lawnmowers in the back. I forgot Tuesday is lawn day here at our house. Yes, I am in my house. But yeah, so just excuse that. I do have my mic on, so hopefully that will help with the noise. So I have my cup of tea, and today I have my Australian cup with my kookaburras, or kookaburras as my husband and son would say. It's really hard for me to say kookaburras the way they say it. Just gets all messed up. So anyway, today we are going to talk about some things that are happening in the North Denver area. Now, this Tuesday update is not so much about events and things that's going on, which I have done in the past, and you can still find information on events and those kind of things happening in the area on my blog, and I will put the link to my blog under this video. So this is more of building and new laws being passed and things like that I think it's really important for us to know about in our communities. So let's start with, I heard some news this morning that the Kmart on 104th and Marion will be closing in December. That is an older building. I'm not sure what they will do with the building. I'm not sure whether somebody else will move in there or if they will demolish it. So I guess we will wait and see. And if you work at that Kmart, I am sincerely sorry that you are losing your job, and I hope you can find another job quickly. I guess Kmart are closing down bunches of stores across the country, and that store has been picked as one to close. There's a discussion at the North Glen City meeting for a potential new ordinance, and that is against solicitation. So I get the feeling, and I know from being on apps like Nextdoor and being on Facebook groups, that people don't want random people knocking on their door. And hey, I don't want random people knocking on my door. So I totally get why people are asking for this ordinance in North Glen. Yes, I am a real estate agent, but no, I will not knock on your door unsolicited. I just don't like it. Don't like people doing it to me. Not going to do it to you. So yeah, that was a discussion, and we'll see what happens. And I will definitely keep my eye on that and let you know if an ordinance does pass. There was some new safe school recommendations, and there was 2 schools mentioned in particular. I just got a message that my connection is weak. Hopefully it's okay. Holstrom K-8, they are looking at new drop-off and pick-up zones. So this is something that has been discussed with Adams 12 and the city. And they're looking at new crossing guard locations. They're also going to look at better signage. I guess the signage around that area now is not great. And then STEM Magnet School was the other one. And they're going to look at new drop-off and pickups for that to reduce traffic in the area. They're going to modify the island, which is on the south side of Phillips Drive, to make traffic flow easier and make it safer for the kids. And they're looking at new crossing guard locations as well as updated signage. So that's what's happening with those schools and the city. In Westminster, there was a plan submitted to the council regarding an amendment to the Westminster Promenade initial plan. So it looks like in the amendment they were asking to put in more parking and residential. I gather that would be multifamily residential, so they're probably looking at building apartments right there on the promenade. Apparently that was always the plan, but now they've asked for amendment so they can go ahead and knock down some buildings to do that. I'm not sure what buildings they are knocking down. I guess we will see, and once again I will keep my eye on that and let you know what's happening there. So it'll be interesting to see if they do put apartments or multifamily living in that Westminster Promenade area. It's actually a pretty crowded area because there's neighborhoods behind, and then the open space which they can't build on. So we'll see what happens there. Thorn Creek Golf Course is undergoing renovations. That's going to take, from what I read, it's going to take 18 months, and the golf course will be closed during that period. They are going to start this in the late fall. The golf store will close mid-October, and then they will start the renovations. So that's going to include new irrigation to the area, running water bathrooms. That one was interesting. Hopefully the existing bathrooms have running water, and maybe they're putting in extra bathrooms somewhere. Forward tee program and cart path improvements. Do you know this? Here's something interesting. Thornton was voted as the 8th best real estate market in the US. Jobs, affordability was all taken into consideration. And I can tell you from knowing the stats that Thornton is still relatively well priced not compared to the Midwest or any of those other areas, but compared to other cities in our town. Sorry, now they're going to mow right beside my window, of course. Another thing that's being discussed is Highway 7 bus rapid transport system, and they said that would be 2 to 3 years in the making because they need to wait for funding. But I can see that happening, especially with the IKEA going in on that Highway 7 I-25 area. So Thornton are currently doing plenty of road work along the I-25 corridor. There'll be a new express lane put in that will go all the way up to Highway 7, I think they said. And they will be redoing some of the lanes there. So it's going to be a little busy in that area for the next, they're talking like 1 to 1.5 years. So I would just be keeping my eye on traffic, and if you need to travel along the Thornton 25 corridor, maybe take a back way if possible. So that is my Tuesday cuppa update, and sorry if I'm talking fast this morning. It is just one of those mornings. As far as real estate goes, there's been a little slowdown happening, and I think it might be just going into fall. We are seeing some price reductions going on, even in the lower price ranges. So even in that 250 and under, there's some price reductions happening. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the market over fall and winter, and I will keep you educated on what's going on. So I hope you have a fabulous Tuesday. Go grab yourself a cup of tea or coffee and get going. Have a great Tuesday, and I will see you next week for Tuesday Cuppa.